Gutter Trash is a proud member of the Comics Podcast Network. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Gutter Trash, episode 62, From Beyond. My name is Eric.
My name is Jason.
And how are you, my friend?
I'm good.
Good to hear.
I feel good. Back to 100%.
What?
Back to 100%.
100%?
Yeah.
110?
No.
No.
100% is where I stop it.
Okay.
I don't want to be that guy that's...
So you don't get sick and then come back better than ever.
No.
You just go back to normal.
I just go back to normal?
That's disappointing.
Well...
But you are a disappointment to everyone.
Well, you know, there's people that walk around and they're like, I'm 110%.
Those people are
good.
fucking annoying.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Well, you don't have to advertise that you're 110%.
Well, but you just asked me in front of a bunch of people.
Well, I asked you. But if you just walked around and said, I'm 110%, then
right.
Yeah, that pisses people off.
Okay, I'm about 105.
105?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I'm better than normal.
Good to hear. Is it the burrito?
I didn't have any burritos. I had a couple of tacos.
Really? You never have a taco.
A couple of soft tacos with some chips and guacamole. Chips, a little too salty.
You never have the fish at home.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It's airplane.
Oh. I thought it was Mad Men.
No.
I always get those two mixed up. Guys with nice haircuts and suits.
That is true. They do have nice haircuts on both.
Yeah.
I never have more than one cup of coffee at home.
Do you like gladiator movies?
I do. Ever seen a grown man naked?
I almost saw Ken Foree naked, but we'll get into that later.
You've ruined the joke I was going to do.
Oh.
That's fine.
Oh. I'm sure
I'll find someone.
Everyone will forget about it. But yeah.
Well, we'll talk about car washes or something and for like 30 minutes. And
someone was telling me the other day that the movie Car Wash, he just saw it. It was one of the servers at Christopher's. And he's like, man, George Carlin, Richard Pryor, awesome movie.
Never seen it.
I haven't either.
I know of it. I know the kicking soundtrack.
Yeah? Who's on that?
I don't know. But everybody's at the car wash.
Oh, yeah.
That's as far as I go with that. Yeah, the dance.
Yeah.
There we go. For the at-home listener, Jason just started dancing. For
the first time in the last 14 years.
So you danced when you were 17?
Probably, yeah. I would do anything to get laid when I was 17, including dancing. Oh, man.
Hell, I'd do anything to get laid at 31.
Even dancing?
I would dance.
Wow, really? Okay.
Nobody wants to see that, though. Not even any prospective woman who would actually be doing the laying. I think that would just horrify them to see me dance.
Oh, it would be like a mating ritual, you know? Like in some sort of weird voodoo tribe, you know?
Sure, and then...
She's like, this is scary, but I'm strangely intoxicated.
And then a female bear would come out of somewhere and just rape me.
Well, that's something.
Or an armadillo. I don't know why I went that way.
An armadillo?
Armadillo.
Yeah. It's short, but, you know, I don't know.
That's your thing. You like the short ladies.
Oh. My girlfriend is shorter than me, if that's what you're talking about.
I've met some of the women that you've been interested in the past couple of years, and they are all tiny people.
Oh, that's not true. There's this really tall girl that I had a thing for.
Well, I never met her, but I did meet the one at the library who probably hit about 4'3".
Oh, I know you're talking about. Okay, yeah. Huh. Maybe that's... maybe I've moved on from the taller ladies. But I'm done. Because
you found a good one.
Found a good one.
Yeah.
I don't care if she's 8'7" or 1'4". She's my special lady.
But she's not. She's somewhere in between there.
She's somewhere in between there, yeah. Which is perfect. Which is even better. Thanks, Kathleen, for being the perfect height.
Between 1'4" and
anywhere in that range.
and
is perfect.
Right. If I could do quick math, I'd think of the average.
Ooh, it's
But
probably,
I can't, so...
I'd say it's about 5'2". Yeah, I'd say about 5'2".
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, probably. Perfect. Ladies. All sizes and shapes.
They're all
beautiful creatures.
Okay in my book.
Beautiful creatures.
Except for the ones that aren't.
Have you got a story about one that's not?
No.
Okay.
Not really.
I keep waiting to be visited by the third final crazy lady.
Crazy lady?
But I haven't had that
round
yet.
out your trilogy of
Maybe one will come
boring stories.
Come in the house. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, the first story was great. Your second story was awful.
Yeah. Did I even tell that on the show? I don't even remember.
We were recording at the time. I don't know if that made it to the one that we actually used.
That's probably for the best.
Because I did not listen to last week's episode.
I couldn't blame you.
Yeah.
That was the Rocketeer.
Rocketeer.
Did you guys read the Rocketeer? Anyone? Write in. Tell us what you think. I think Brian John did.
Yeah.
He wrote in. BJM, as I like to call him.
Yes. At least he read it recently enough that he could respond to what we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
But
Good man.
I could not remember anything we talked about.
I like that Brian John Mitchell.
He is a good guy.
Seems like a busy fella.
He does, doesn't he? Yeah.
He's got the music. He's got the
comics.
I mean, he's got
practically organizing space now.
Yeah,
apparently.
He did take control of space. Bob Corby is actually out on the road somewhere, just like in a cardboard box, looking for handouts.
He's getting Dave Sim to draw comics for him nowadays.
Drawing comics. I know. What is the deal? He's putting out records, producing records, whatever. He's like he's the Orson Welles of nerdiness. You can use that, buddy. By the way, just put that on your.
Except I think Orson Welles was also the Orson Welles of nerdiness.
Yeah. Well, yeah, especially the shadow stuff.
Well, maybe he's the living version of Orson Welles.
Wow. And it's a lot less heavy.
Yes.
I don't know if you've ever met Brian.
I have not, but I've seen his picture. He seems to be a skinny dude.
Yeah, he's a skinny dude. But yet full of life.
Full of life. He's not yet done any commercials for peas.
Did Orson Welles do peas commercials?
Yes.
Was he like, give peas a chance?
No, but it was something about there's a very famous clip or outtake of him doing this commercial where the lines that he has to recite are not the most optimal.
Right.
And he flips the fuck out in the middle of it.
Really?
Yeah. And I believe to be fair, he's kind of justified. I think there might be the line something about green penis.
A penis, okay.
Right.
Yeah. So he obviously didn't write, produce, and star in those commercials.
No.
Okay. Well, that was his fatal flaw.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck this, I'm gonna go. That's a pretty good Pinky, or the Brain impression, isn't it? It's not bad.
The Brain and Orson Welles are almost the same.
Identical. So maybe he was just like...
Maurice LaMarche.
Is that
That's the guy who does the voice of the Brain, who also does the voice of Orson Welles every time that...
like in Ed Wood.
Yeah.
So maybe he was like, I'm just going to go... He's like, I'm bigger than these peas commercials. I'm going to go do a Transformers movie.
Unicron.
So I come back.
Unicron.
He was cool.
Yeah. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it in my head, because I have not really paid attention to anything you've just said, I think that Orson Welles clip is actually in a Negative Land song.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, because they did that, and they did the Casey Kasem freak out.
Oh, I love the Casey Kasem freak out. The U2 one.
Yeah.
It's about the letter U and the number 2. I mean, the number 2 and the letter... Oh, fuck these guys.
Yeah. There's that one, and there's the one where he's like doing the dedication, but it's like the shittiest dedication ever. Yeah.
It's for like a dead pet or something.
Yeah.
I love Negative Land.
They are pretty good.
And it's like hit and miss though, because some of their albums are like they're I don't know, they're almost like hard to muddle your way through.
Right.
And then like the ones that are good though, like the U2 one and the Pepsi one are fucking amazing.
I love the Pepsi one.
That's my favorite, yeah. I'm Ricardo Montalban. Those guys.
Well, now that... what the hell? Speaking of Ricardo Montalban...
Yeah. That wasn't him.
Yeah. Huh?
That wasn't him.
No, it wasn't him.
Yeah.
But holy shit, did it look a lot like him.
Yeah. This movie is full of lookalikes.
Kinda.
Because I was convinced that, only towards the end of the movie, I thought that one of the main stars was the actress that played Laura Palmer. Don't know her name.
Yeah, I can't remember her name either.
The Twin Peaks star.
Right.
But yeah, like all of a sudden she like transformed. The last scene, it's almost like, speaking of Ed Wood earlier, it's like she died and they had the actress that played Laura Palmer finish her part, for me at least, because it was like all of a sudden it like looked exactly like another actress. And in the first hour of the film, I didn't even enter my mind.
But also at the before we even started the movie, when the menu came up, you thought that the illustration of the bad guy in the movie was Rutger Hauer.
Yeah, that's right. I was like, is that Rutger Hauer? So he looks like Rutger Hauer and Ricardo Montalban mixed together.
And mostly Ricardo Montalban.
Yeah.
If he was Jewish and hairier.
And angrier.
Because
he's usually kind of docile.
Yeah.
Friendly.
Well, except for Khan.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, even then, though, he looked kind of like an uncle that you'd go over his house. He's kind of eccentric. He's got that exposed chest, and he's trying to rule the world. You know the type.
Yeah. Well, this guy's just naked.
Yeah. And
naked
slimy.
and slimy and gross.
Mm-hmm.
And this is before he becomes a monster.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He's just all that times like 50 once he becomes the monster. Yeah, he's a gross-looking man.
Yes, he is.
He's like super hairy and super wet-looking.
Yeah.
And old.
Yeah.
And he's got that creepy scowl on his scowl on his face the whole time. Oh, good casting.
Yeah. We are, of course, talking about From Beyond, starring Ken Foree's dick.
Yeah, right? There's that scene where Ken Foree is running around in his little underpants, and I was like, well, that's cool. And then all of a sudden he like slips into some water, a la like the Cherish video by Madonna, and then he pulls himself out of the water, and his underwear is painted on at that point, because you can see Ken Foree's junk. If you've ever wanted to, this is the film for you.
If you've ever been a big fan of Dawn of the Dead, and said, I wonder what that guy's cock looks like, this is the answer to your problems.
It is. Yeah, you don't even have to search for an Easter egg or delete a scene. It's in the film. Although there are some he's had a little bit of Easter eggs of his own in the pants too. Wow, you see the whole deal. But yeah, he was great.
Yeah,
I think he was my favorite part of the movie. Actually,
of course.
Yeah, he was awesome. But I mean, there are other great elements. Cannibal monsters from the fourth dimension. Torture porn.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of torture porn.
A little bit.
Greasy, hairy people.
Greasy, slimy, hairy people. Yeah.
Tentacles protruding from people's heads.
Lots of phalluses.
Oh, yeah. Phallic symbols galore.
Yeah.
Some being bit off. Some just, moving around on their own.
Eating some brains.
Eyeballs.
Eyeballs.
It's a very gross movie.
Yeah. Wet. Just in general, a wet movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of goop.
Yeah.
A lot of slime.
Other words, awesome?
Very
Close
good.
to awesome?
Very good. Yeah, like I'd never seen it before. It's very fun and gross, and like it's hard to... A movie that's that gross and hilarious, like... I mean, it's not a comedy, but like the gross parts are like, oh my god, that's disgusting. It's hard to not like a movie that has that kind of stuff in there. But the story, I mean, it's adapted from H.P. Lovecraft, but the story still seemed like the weakest part for me. Mm-hmm. Like it was okay. The story was okay,
right? But
it was fun. A very fun movie. Yeah, I would say good film. You want to tear that apart, or
no? That's not for everyone.
Yeah,
I enjoy the crap out of it.
Yeah,
it's no Reanimator. I think I like that one better.
By the same director, right?
By the same director, same star, same female lead, same author, H.P. Lovecraft.
Reanimator's Lovecraft?
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't know that.
Yeah. And, H.P. Lovecraft, mostly,
Mostly known for writing BJ and the Bear.
Mostly known for that, and also for. Did we make that joke already?
I think I brought up BJ and the Bear before, but just because I love saying BJ and Bear in the same sentence.
But I mean, because we mentioned
being raped by a bear.
Maybe I did that earlier, right? Today,
BJ's,
but I mean, I'm talking earlier show.
Okay.
The planetary episode, because H.P. Lovecraft himself is in the Authority crossover.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
I don't know if we did
mention BJ and the Bear.
Right,
that'd have been weird.
I don't know if if for some reason are those two things connected inside your head.
That'd be a weird connection. Maybe I was watching BJ and the Bear while my brother was reading H.P. Lovecraft, because he was the reader when we were growing up and I was the television watcher.
Right. Hence
why he's got a great job, and I peddle comic books and record nerdcasts. He's much smarter than I, is what I'm saying.
I got what you're totally saying there.
But no, that'd be a weird connection.
But anyway, as I was going to say, H.P. Lovecraft, mostly known for short stories.
Mm-hmm.
So most of his adaptations of his work usually have to be expanded on or changed completely. So, Stuart Gordon, the director of this and the Reanimator, he's almost sort of become an unofficial H.P. Lovecraft adaptor.
Oh, really?
I think this is like his... at the time it was his second, maybe, adaptation, but he's done, like, maybe 3 others since.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's a big fan.
He is indeed a big fan. But he does seem to know when to not take it so seriously and just have fun with it.
Yeah. I think that's the thing about a lot of those old horror writers. Like, I've read a little bit of that old stuff. Like, even Franz Kafka and Edgar Allan Poe, I'd say.
Right.
Like, they're really cool, good stories, but it's almost a little much. It's a little too, like, a little too serious, a little too, like, melancholy and, like, woe is me. And I mean, not that the Metamorphosis should be like like
Happy Fun
a Will
Time,
Ferrell movie or anything, but I would see the Metamorphosis starring Will Ferrell. But somewhere in between. Like just like inject a little bit of black comedy into it. Like have you ever seen The Dark Backward? That movie with was it Judd Nelson, the guy that was John Bender in Breakfast Club? Is that his name, Judd Nelson?
I've never seen Breakfast Club.
But yeah, it's like it's almost like a H.P. Lovecraftian sort of story, like a weird or like a Franz Kafka story, but it's like a dark comedy too. So it's sort of in line with this. Like there's some dark humor. Yeah. I tried to bring it back to from beyond. I was reviewing another movie all of a sudden.
No, that's fine. You mentioned like 4 movies in there. I kind of lost track of.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm a little distracted at the moment.
Oh, was it? But yeah, it was fun. It was a good movie. It's a tale of experiments gone wrong, sort of, maybe?
Yeah, science gone awry.
Yeah.
Mad scientists.
Classic mad scientist story.
Yeah. Monsters from beyond.
Ooh, yes.
Rough plot. Jeffrey Combs plays Dr. Crawford Tillinghast, assistant to Edward Pretorius.
The gross hairy guy.
They've built a machine that is intended to stimulate the pineal gland with side effects that causes them to see monsters that sort of hover between dimensions.
Like Tool. Tool would be... I can imagine the members of Tool as being monsters that hover between dimensions that are brought into our reality through the stimulation of the pineal gland.
Huh. Well, you say that because now I'm thinking, they do have like all these eel-like creatures that are always floating.
Yeah, right.
Tentacled things.
The third eye.
Holy shit, you are right.
That's weird. Wow, maybe they are from another dimension. That's why they don't want their their photos in their albums,
or appear in any of their videos, right?
Because they can't maintain that human.
They can't the vibrational frequencies.
Exactly.
Right. When you see them live, usually they're obscured on the stage because they want you to focus on the screen.
They have makeup or costumes on.
No, they just usually are hiding in the dark. At least the one concert I went to, like the guitar player and the bass player were up at the front of the stage, but like the lights weren't on them, and like you kind of see the drummer in the back, like he had some lights on him, and then Maynard was like behind the drummer.
Really?
Yeah.
That seems like a bad idea. Have the singer in the very back. I mean, like I know they're trying to mix it up a bit. Well, there's a reason.
He just doesn't want to be seen.
Okay.
And they have like giant, screens all over the stadium so that you can watch the visuals and the videos.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
So they want you to focus on that and not so much on the band actually.
On the actual people moving their fingers on a fretboard. Right. Well, that makes sense because their music is very. It encompasses more than one sense.
Yeah.
They're trying to. Maybe even 6 is what they're going for.
I do love them.
Yeah. Good stuff.
One of my favorite bands. And I don't much like the music.
You don't?
But I love Tool.
Sorry to interrupt you there. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, we're talking about Tool, right?
Yeah. Great band.
Episode 62, Tool.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, the film From Beyond.
From Beyond. So the thing that comes from beyond kills creepy dude, creepy Harry Ricardo Montalban. Jeffrey Combs goes insane. He's observed by a psychiatrist who thinks that they can maybe help him by recreating the experiments. And then things go poorly from there.
Yes, that's a pretty good synopsis. Because the rest of it is just watching the crazy, gross, hairy, wet part of it unfold.
Right.
I'd say it's a good, like we watched it in the afternoon.
Yeah.
A couple of dudes sitting around. It'd be a much better setting for, like a date, like a late night date. Like, one of those scary movies. You make some popcorn, you get the lady, and you're cuddled in on the couch watching gross hairy guy. Maybe that wouldn't
perverted sex with slave women.
Slave women, right? Yeah. Maybe that wouldn't be so good, actually.
I don't know. Maybe my ex watched it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she loved it.
Yeah.
But she's a little weird, which is why we dated for so long.
Well, yeah, maybe I'll see if Kathleen's seen this.
She may. She's in the nerdy stuff.
She likes horror movies. She likes nerd stuff.
Yeah. She's probably in it.
She's probably seen it.
She's probably read an H.P. Lovecraft here and there.
She's got a bookshelf full of books.
Yeah.
It's impressive. It looks like they've been read too. It doesn't look like mine, where they're all
for show,
pristine. Yeah. Like I move them and like. It's only like a third of a book, and it's just a cutaway, and there's like gross Sour Patch Kids behind them and things like that. It's just a facade for my out-of-date treats.
Yeah. Here's how much my books aren't read. They're in a bookshelf. You've been to my house a lot. Have you ever seen a book?
No.
There you go.
Actually, I've seen a couple.
You've seen some comic books that we've had to read for the show.
I saw a Chuck Palahniuk book sitting on your coffee table for a while.
Right, yeah.
And Cheese Monkeys, which I loaned you.
Yeah.
Have you read that one?
Nope.
That's okay. I still have your League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
That's
I've
fine.
never we'll trade back eventually. Or maybe never.
Well, when we get sick of each other and then stop doing the show, and before we never see each other ever again,
we have to do that thing.
We'll switch back.
I hate that awkward thing.
Yeah,
you bring like, I've got some of your stuff, you've got some of mine. Give me my stuff back, and then there's always like you trade stuff, and then you get home and you open your bag and you're like, well, where's that one thing?
Right,
That's what I really wanted. That's the whole reason I bothered down with this other junk.
I'll have to just drop them off at Mavericks,
and I'll put yours in your file.
Yeah.
I like that we've got a contingency plan.
Yeah.
It makes me feel a little bit safer. I need to work that out with all of my friends. Contingency plans, because some of them don't shop at Mavericks. You have to have a neutral spot one where you could leave things. Maybe make a list of everything that they have and have that on hand at all times.
Yeah, right.
You know, that's good. So, like, as a reminder,
Right.
so they don't forget the one important item.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. I like it.
All right. Yeah. So anyway, we're not. I hope we're not. We're good, right?
Oh yeah, we're good.
Right.
Yeah, I don't plan on.
Yeah, I don't need to go through this again.
No. Yeah. Well,
all right. From beyond.
It's months away. Months away.
Don't
worry.
Right.
Yeah, From Beyond.
From Beyond.
Check it out. So what's some of the other Lovecraftian stories he's adapted? Did he do a Cthulhu thing at all? Because that's the big one.
No, he did. Well, actually, kinda. He did. Well, of course, Reanimator From Beyond. There was a TV show on Showtime for a while called Masters of Horror. He did in the first season, I believe, called The Witch House or something like that. Or, I don't know. Something like that.
Masters of Horror. Was there was a Wes Craven episode?
I don't think Wes Craven did one, but John Carpenter did. John Landis. Toby Hooper. Mick Garris. He mostly does the awful television adaptations of Stephen King stories.
Oh, okay, like Tommy Knockers.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. Gotcha. The Langoliers.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I tried watching that, and I was so confused. I was like, am I supposed to like or understand this?
Right. Well, the weird thing is that Langoliers, the actual short story, is really good.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's like a lot of things lost in translation.
It's true. He did his Cthulhu-esque thing, not Mick Garris, but Stuart Gordon. He did a movie called Dagon, which was, I think, sort of a combination of two Lovecraft stories. One of them was The Shadow over Innsmouth, and...
Oh, he's visibly in pain here, trying to think of this second one.
I cannot remember the other one, but they do reference Cthulhu throughout it. So, it is definitely part of that mythology.
That's so weird. I've never, ever been interested in that whole mythology thing. Mm-hmm. Like, even growing up, being interested in, monster movies and heavy metal and, like, all these things that draw from it. Like, it just, I don't know. For some reason, it's unappealing to me. Like
the Lovecraft stuff, I have a Lovecraft book around here somewhere.
Mm-hmm. On my bookshelf.
That nobody's ever seen.
Where is it?
It's in the living room.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I started to say, like, is it in your bedroom? I've never been in your bedroom.
No, so. It's in the living room.
Okay. Wow. That's amazing. That is amazing. I'm just like scanning through your living room in my brain, like, where would there even be a bookshelf that I've never seen? Is it like under the couch? Is there like a removable panel from the ceiling? Because that'd be like, good use of space.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Like something out of Cribs, only you have to actually get up there and like dig it out instead of like press a button.
Right. But yeah, I mean, when I was younger, like I tried getting into it because it sounds cool and the ideas are awesome.
And every time you see a drawing of the monsters, you're like, that looks neat.
Yeah. Man, they are tough to get through.
Right.
They are not easy to read.
Is it just overly descriptive?
Overly descriptive, not really all that well written.
Okay.
H.P. Lovecraft has a reputation as being one of the greats. Overhyped.
You think he's more of an idea man?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I think that happens a lot in in comics and literature where somebody's like, a really good idea, man. They're like, well, you should write that story.
Right.
And he's like, oh, okay. And then he does. And then,
well, like a Jack Kirby.
Like a Jack Kirby. He was more of an artist, I think, than anything. But
Yeah, he was an idea, man. I mean, like, half of the books from Marvel and DC came out from Jack Kirby.
But I mean, when I'm thinking of writing in general, I think of more of him just like designing characters and.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Thor is mostly Jack Kirby.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just the taking of the Norse mythology and
that seems right up his alley.
Yeah, I mean, he did pretty much the same thing with the New Gods.
Right.
You know, and it's like, I don't think Stan Lee is a great writer. I've warmed to Jack Kirby recently over the past year or so. Mm-hmm. But really, I think like the combination of both of them working together really captured lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
And it made all those classic things classic. But you separate the two of them, and all of their work doesn't really measure up.
Yeah.
You know, so...
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I mean, Kirby, I think, could do a lot better on his own than Stan Lee could, but...
I agree, but you know, yeah. I think the combination of them working together really is what made that. And so I think that, you know, that's where I kind of consider both of them to be. You know, they're idea men, but in execution they don't exactly pull it off unless the conditions are perfect.
They're like a good yin-yang, because Stan seemed to be great at reeling Jack's craziness back in.
Yeah.
Jack probably was like, and how about have Spider-Man, you know, have this computer in his chest where he pushes it and he transports his psyche into outer space. He's like, no, just make him a spider, Jack. And then let's have
he got fired and got replaced by Steve Ditko.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he did that great cover drawing and then everything else. But yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
Jack Kirby. Jack Kirby, wow. Oh, yeah. So Jack Kirby should draw some
Lovecraft
stories because
he's dead.
The monsters, I mean, like, can you imagine that? This creepy, crazy Lovecraft.
Well, that's kind of gonna hold him back from doing that.
Kirby's in the fourth dimension. All right.
He's the wet, hairy, creepy guy.
Aw, I do think
he was probably hairy, and he was Jewish. Just saying.
What does that mean?
I don't know, because guy in the movie was probably Jewish.
Yeah. He had that kind of look to his physique.
He had like an old school Hebrew accent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very good effects in this movie. Whoever it wasn't Stan Winston or those the big guys. But yeah, it was awesome. Like,
yeah,
it was like
for the time. Yeah,
it's like a Guar concert, sort of. Like just.
I think cannot remember 100%. Could probably have made this up in my head.
Okay, let's go with it.
What was that? Books and Company once saw a Neil Adams sketchbook, and in the back of it, I believe he had concept drawings and storyboards for From Beyond.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So I think Neil Adams was somehow involved in the production of this movie.
Wow. That's kind of surprising.
Huh?
I heard he's a little kooky now.
Oh, yeah. He's got his whole theory on how the world was made, the universe, the Hollow Earth theory.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's been a recurring guest on Coast to Coast AM.
That's perfect. Oh, I love Coast to Coast.
As do I.
Wow, Neil Adams, though. I had no idea. His style is so, like, I don't know, more...
grounded in realism.
Yeah. It's very realistic looking. I mean, not that, you know, there's not elements of realism in the film, obviously.
Right.
But,
Well, you know, those are actual people.
Yeah, those are real people.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, the actual monsters, everything's so gooey and, like, faces stretching, and
Right.
it's like a John Carpenter film, sort of. I don't know.
Yeah.
Good stuff, though.
I think it's a little bit of a confession time.
Oh.
I saw this movie back when I was probably like 9 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at where I lived, there was like a shopping center near our house, and a video store opened there once. And the first time I went in there, I remember seeing the poster for From Beyond, which is the guy with the stretched out side of his face.
Right. Ricardo Montalban.
Huh?
Ricardo
Montalban.
Gooey Harry stretch again.
Right. Or Rucker Hauer as he looks in that picture.
That's true.
Yeah, it is that exact same picture from the menu of that. Creeped me out as a kid.
Of course.
And then 2-3 years later, it was actually played on television.
Okay.
Channel 45 had it on one afternoon. And so, I mean, obviously, the nudity and the most of the perversion, sexual stuff was taken out.
Right.
But a lot of the stuff was still kept in. The swarming eels and squids and stuff like that.
The bees or whatever.
The bees. It was that, I think, which affected me the most in life.
Really?
Shut it off when that part hit. Because from that point on, for the rest of the movie, I never remembered seeing any of it when I rewatched it again a couple of years ago. Freaked me the hell out.
Really?
And I've always remembered this movie because of that and the stretchy face poster.
Wow.
And so it's always just stuck with me.
Did you develop a bee phobia or anything?
Well, I mean, bees, kind of bugs in general, always freak me out anyway. But not like a massive phobia or anything like that. But
if you're in the park and you hear bees, you don't.
No, I don't
run,
freak out. Right. But if I ever saw a large swarm of them, I would probably. But who wouldn't?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But no, it always affected me. It always stuck in my head. And then as I got older, I forgot the name of the movie and everything, but I always remembered the visual and everything like that.
Right.
So I was reading a Rue Morgue magazine 4 or 5 years ago, whatever, and there was an article about this movie and how they found pieces of it that were cut from the theatrical, and they're going through and remastering it. And so at that point I was like, fuck. And I put myself into excitement mode and just waited for this movie to come out on DVD at some point.
That's awesome.
And got it. Me and my ex watched it, and it was definitely not as scary as I was scared as I was when I was 9 years old, but held up. Yeah, I enjoyed the hell of it.
Yeah,
and,
that's awesome. Yeah, I think everybody probably. I know I've got a scary movie from my childhood that I'd never even finished that I would love to see now, but it
was it Vamp?
No, it was just any Grace Jones video on MTV. No, it was this Frankenstein cartoon, and I rented it from Accent Video. And it was I was like, oh, cool, Frankenstein cartoon, this will be fun. And I was pretty young. I don't remember how old I was, but I remember watching it, and there was it was fucking scary. I mean, there was blood, and it was not for kids, Huh. And I don't think it was Japanese, but I'm trying to remember, because this was probably mid to late 80s, probably closer to mid 80s. And I don't remember there being very many cartoons not geared towards kids, but I think that's why it scared me so much. I did not expect it, but it was fucking scary. And I remember I had to turn it off and go to bed, and I just laid there freaking out that Frankenstein was outside. I'd love to see it now, but see how lame it is and what a pussy I really was.
Right.
But yeah,
pick it.
Yeah,
and that way I can laugh at
I'll
you.
try to find it. It's probably only half an hour long.
Right.
And it's probably not scary at all. And it might not even be Frankenstein. It was an episode of Small Wonder or something.
I was going to go Pandemonium.
Pandemonium?
Yeah.
Which one's that?
It was a cartoon about pandas.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds awesome. Do you ever see red pandas? The ones that aren't black and white, they're red? I know, I just saw them a couple weeks ago for the first time on the internet. Beautiful creatures. A little smaller, but they're red.
Are you sure they actually exist?
Oh, well, it's on the internet.
So is a Thundercats trailer.
That's true. That was my joke. It's on the internet. It's got to be real. Yeah, I'll find them sometime. Maybe we could go to the zoo sometime and pet some pandas.
I will never go to a fucking zoo.
I don't really like zoos either. I mean, I've been to a couple when I was a kid, but yeah, it just seems a little, it's like you're going to a prison. You're oh, look at this guy. Check him out.
They smell bad. They're boring. The animals aren't doing anything.
Right.
Yeah, fuck that.
I saw a gorilla do do some funny stuff. Like, we took a picture of him through the glass, and then as soon as we took the picture, he rubbed his eyes, like, as if, he still could see the flash in his eyes.
Right.
Oh, that was pretty funny.
Maybe he could.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he was trying to be a comedian. He was like, but it amused us. We were like, we heard his eyes. High five.
You are a vegetarian and you're harming these animals.
I was like 10 years old. I wasn't a vegetarian.
Yeah, I'm never going to a zoo ever again.
How about if, like, Motley Crue's playing in the Kangaroo Stadium?
Then I'm definitely not going.
Okay.
Maybe next time you do this analogy, you pick a band I would actually go see.
I have Tool was playing in the...
No.
Okay.
See, now the effect is there.
Wow, okay.
Because I love Tool.
You don't love Motley Crue?
No, I don't.
Girls.
Nope.
Wild Side?
Nope.
Piece of the Action?
Nope.
Oh.
I think I'm going to pick a Motley Crue song for this episode.
If Looks Could Kill?
Nope.
Oh. Okay.
Not a fan.
Kickstart My Heart?
What?
Kickstart My Heart? That's good. That's a rockin' one.
No.
I like that.
I don't care. They're awful. All the bands that you like are awful.
Oh. Okay, that's fair.
Crew, Poison.
That's about it.
Eh.
Fear Factory. The new Fear Factory comes out next month. I'm pretty stoked about. Yay.
I've never heard of them, actually.
I bet you dig it.
Are they Nickelback-like?
Not quite as good as Nickelback. More like who does Voodoo? Who does that?
Godsmack.
It's like a Godsmack mixed with Nickelback.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Sounds great.
Yeah. No, much better than either one of those bands. Yeah. Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So what else is going on in the world?
Mm-hmm. From Beyond.
From Beyond?
I don't know. Chicks naked in it. Worth watching.
Mm-hmm. I think this would have been a great movie when I was in my watch movies and masturbate stage.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause there's a few topless scenes or whatever.
Yeah.
Or just a girl in sexy lingerie type outfit.
That was leather.
Leather.
Is what that
Leather.
was. A leather thong with spikes and studs.
Yeah, see? Like when you're a kid, it would have blew my brain out the side of my head.
Yeah.
Much like a Motley Crue video.
Yeah.
They had the same type of chick. So you would love Motley Crue videos.
I never said anything about the videos.
Okay. Just put on a different music and mute the video.
Mute it.
Yeah. Okay.
Watch Kelly Bundy shake her ass. Yeah, I'm down.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Anything else? We're
So it seems like we are.
on
Every episode, we just get worse and worse.
Yeah.
And the shows get shorter and shorter. Soon the shows will be like 10 minutes long.
It'll be like Talk Soup or something.
Welcome to Get a Trash America. It is. Episode 70.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs down. Good night.
Oh, we need more excitement. We'll
we need to do more stuff.
Okay.
I think that's what it comes down to. We need to, like maybe before shows from now on, because we used to go out and eat, and inevitably, we were supposed to go see Dr. Parnassus, the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus on Friday.
That's right.
Had I known that it was going to be at the theater, that would have been my choice for this week.
Right.
Because I said in my head, as soon as Dr. Parnassus comes out, anywhere near here, that's going to be my pick for a movie. Unfortunately, I did not look up movie times when I made the pick for this episode.
Right.
Now, I was going to pick From Beyond at some point anyway, so, it doesn't really matter. But, I really wanted to pick Dr. Parnassus. We made plans to go see it Friday, then you bailed to go watch Conan O'Brien. Which, funny guy, I feel bad for him, but, whatever, fuck you.
All right. Okay.
Now, had we gone to the theater, inevitably
Somebody would have sit in front of us.
something would have happened,
Right.
and we'd have a story to tell, and it would be hilarious. And we probably would have also gone out to eat,
Right.
which, at a restaurant, which inevitably something hilarious would have happened, and we'd have another story to tell.
2 stories, one show. Wow.
And we don't do that anymore.
See, that'd be good. That'd be a good podcast.
Yeah, we just... at least me, I've insulated myself so much. I never leave the apartment if I don't have to.
Oh.
I've cut myself off from all forms of socializing.
Right.
And now I never have anything interesting to tell.
Oh, man. That's depressing.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Well, we might be going to see that movie tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And we'll have a story.
Yeah. But there's going to be like a week or so.
And we'll forget all about it.
Right.
Yeah. Damn it. I had a test on Thursday in my interpersonal communications class.
Yeah.
I feel like I got a B.
Good.
It's a good story, right?
Yeah. I think I asked once before. I don't know if I ever got a straight answer out of you. What is interpersonal communications class?
Well, for some reason it's part of the gen ed classes at Sinclair, so you have to take it. But it's basically just. I thought it was going to be a speech class where you had to write speeches and give speeches, but it's not. It's more like studying the way people communicate and what affects, the ways you communicate, like your culture and your gender and yada yada yada. It's kind of interesting, actually. I'm enjoying reading the book. It's kind of
so far it's not helping the show.
Well, we've only been going to the class for 3 weeks now. Okay. We had a snow day too,
and you were sick that one day.
And I was sick one day. I didn't go. Yeah, so I was too busy. I was communicating with my toilet on a close personal basis.
Interpersonally.
Yeah, interpersonally. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right.
I got a story that I'm gonna save for after the break.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But I'm also gonna warn you right now that I'm gonna hype it up and it's gonna go nowhere.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that.
All right. Let's see what else. Donut Day was Friday, and we got bagels instead. That's always disappointing.
Oh yeah.
Especially, I picked a cinnamon raisin bagel, and it tasted like garlic.
Ooh, yeah, cinnamon and garlic, they're not flavor friends.
Nope. And throwing in a raisin in that?
Ooh,
not at all.
I love me some bagels, but not when I'm expecting donuts.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I was even expecting the bagels this time because it was the guy's week who always brings in bagels. But you really get conditioned yourself in the other 7 weeks of donuts.
Yeah.
That,
What is Bagel Guy's thing then? Is he trying to be
He's
healthy?
just trying to be different.
Yeah. Is he quirky? Is he a health nut?
No.
Okay.
No, he just, like everybody else brings in donuts, so he brings in bagels.
Is he Jewish?
No.
Is his mom on a bagel store?
No, because he just gets them at Panera. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah.
I like a good bagel.
I like a bagel occasionally.
I'll eat a bagel every couple weeks.
Yeah. But when every other Friday is Donut Day, and then that one Friday a month is Bagel Day, it's not cool. Nobody wants a bagel. Especially when they taste like garlic and they're not.
See, Monday should be Bagel Day.
Monday should be Bagel Day.
It's like a little energy, a little protein.
Yeah.
Start up the week right.
Monday Bagel Day, Friday Donut Day.
Friday's more of a reward.
Right, for the work week.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
And then maybe a Wednesday muffins for sort of that middle of the week pick-me-up.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah.
I think you've inspired me. I think I'm going to start bringing donuts on Friday to Mavericks.
Ooh.
There's only 3 of us, so I'm only going to have to pick up a couple, 3 or 4 donuts.
Right.
But, yeah.
Until the magic guys come in. Ooh, who donut?
I would
name a magic card.
Name a magic card. Ancestral Recall.
Do you have any ancestral... Is that a donut? That's what'll happen on Fridays. Can I have a donut?
Maybe I'll get a half dozen. I'll get a half dozen that way if there's a good magic customer. Because some of them are some sweet dudes. Some of them are the guy that you just did an impression of. Yeah, they will not get the donut.
That guy. I got trapped in there on Wednesday with all of that guy.
Oh, how many of them were there? There's probably like a dozen.
There was like 30 of them in there at the magic counter. I was just trying to get you to sell me my comics. No, that was Friday.
See? If they would have had donuts. They
It
would.
was Friday at like 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Still.
That's true. They would have been gone by then.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you playing Magic.
No, that is never, ever going to happen.
Really? What if we're like on vacation? Like if we go to Chicago this year again, and I bring a
We'll
couple
just play
Magic decks.
Gin Rummy.
But what if I bring a couple Magic decks?
Then you can keep them in your bag, because I'll have the real deck of cards in my bag.
The cards for adults.
The cards for real people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Because kids can play real cards too.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. It's a good game. It's a good strategy game.
Then why don't you play anymore?
Because I agree with that baby ass shit.
There you go.
No, the like 3 guys that I played with moved out of state or out of.
And you don't know anyone else who plays Magic.
I know.
That is a shame.
I know plenty, but it gave me a good excuse. I was like, I just really liked playing with those guys. And I'm done. Sold all my cards, traded them in for comic books. Much better. Much better.
I approve. I give you the thumbs up. People couldn't see that.
They could feel it in their hearts.
They could.
Yeah. It's a warm, it's a fuzzy feeling.
For some reason, I feel as if maybe my timer is broken.
Oh, yeah?
Because it feels like this has just been dragging.
Okay. You want to
So
take a break?
I'm going to take a break.
Right.
And we'll be back in a second.
We'll regroup.
All right.
Seduction places me in line. Rebuilt to Orson. Miss inside a crack of her whip is fine. Latex rubber and blind eyes. Cat o' nine tails that breaks me down. Her discipline is so profound. Stop the cuts, keep me around. Tied up or tied down as long as I am bound. Just as long as I am bound. Place me in your sense of care. I do all for you anywhere. You are the master, I'm the slave. Willing to be your depraved. Servant to your every whim. Let this fetish love begin. Take control of this beat. You rule this moment, what may come. I like this thing I am whenever you are near. There is no resistance here. She dominates. I need some pleasure with my pain. She dominates. Abuse me with leather whips and chains. She dominates. Listen to a pretty cry. Break the skin and tantalize. I need some pleasure with my pain. She dominates. Seduction places me in line. Revealed to us the miss inside a crack of a whip is fine. Latex rubber and blind eyes. Cat o' nine tails that breaks me down. Her discipline is so profound. Scars and cuts keep me around. Tied up or tied down as long as I am bound. Just as long as I am bound. I like this thing I am whenever you are near. There is no resistance here. She dominates. I need some pleasure with my pain. She dominates. Abuse me with leather whips and chains. She dominates. Reduce it to a pretty cry. Break the skin and tantalize. I need some pleasure with my pain. She dominates. Whoa. She dominates. Whoa. She dominates. Whoa. She dominates. Whoa. She dominates.
Hey, welcome back to Gutter Trash. How's it going?
It's going all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do want to mention something that I didn't mention in the review portion of our show.
Oh.
I want to talk about Jeffrey Combs a little bit.
Okay.
God damn it, I love Jeffrey Combs.
Yeah.
He is awesome.
He's the main guy, right?
He's the main guy, Crawford Tillinghast in this film. He also played Herbert West in all the Reanimator movies. He played the psychotic FBI agent in The Frighteners.
Really?
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay.
I enjoy seeing that guy every time I see him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good. He's
Yeah.
a pretty good actor.
And I know he's been, I think, on every modern incarnation of a Star Trek TV show.
Really?
He's been on Enterprise, I believe, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, Next Generation.
Different character?
Different aliens, different characters, and in one episode of one of those shows, played 3 different alien characters in one episode.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah, he's very good. I enjoy him. I've been playing the Batman PS3 game, Arkham Asylum, and throughout it, and maybe, I don't know, maybe he does the voice, and I'm just not getting it, but I think that he would make a perfect Riddler.
Really?
Yeah.
So the Riddler's in that game too?
Riddler's in the game, yeah. Okay. He's, you don't never see him, but he talks to you.
Okay.
You may see him at some point. I don't know. I'm not anywhere close to beating it yet.
Yeah, maybe they could get him for the
for
franchise.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. And also at some point, like, a random doctor is mentioned, and his name is Dr. Combs. So, like, maybe,
right.
I do know that he played the Question in the Justice League cartoon.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's cool. Because I didn't know that he'd done anything like notable after Reanimator, so that's great.
And I think most fans of the Justice League cartoon will tell you Question, one of the best characters in that show.
Really?
Yeah.
The JLU?
JLU.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've seen an episode with the Question.
They're good.
I've only seen a handful.
They are excellent. Jeffrey Combs helps. I've also spent like the past month drawing Jeffrey Combs.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, the Reanimator.
Yeah. Which all ties into the story that I have to tell.
Oh,
again,
okay.
All hype, no real payoff.
That's what we're all about here.
So bear that in mind.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Last Monday was Martin Luther King Day. Inexplicably, I got the day off of work. I'm not sure why. We never usually get that day off of work. But,
okay.
Who am I to say, no, I'd rather work?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I'm with you.
So I call my lovely ex-girlfriend up and ask if, because she works 2 jobs, and I ask her if maybe she wants to get lunch with me on that Monday between her jobs. She says that she actually doesn't work her first job on that day.
Perfect.
So, hey, let's hang out. Also, have not really had the chance to hang out or talk to her since before Christmas, so this was our Christmas exchange day.
Okay, perfect.
So she comes over, and she, like, we gave each other a list. I got her some stuff that maybe she didn't ask for, but, I knew that she would really like. But the one thing she specifically asked for was she commissioned me to draw a Reanimator drawing.
That's so cool.
Because she loves that movie. More than happy to do it. So I spent like the past all of December drawing Jeffrey Combs.
And it looks awesome.
Thank you.
I have seen it.
Yeah.
Beautiful piece of work.
I gave her my Christmas list, and on it, and generally my Christmas lists for people when they ask are, I'll put something incredibly ridiculous on it as a joke.
Right.
I'll put something kind of ridiculous on it, but, more just pushing the envelope to see, how much are you willing to spend? And then, some, like, mid-level stuff. And
like
then,
maybe they know a guy.
Right.
Like they know a guy that could get you that thing super cheap.
Right.
Somebody in the business.
And then, you like my more realistic stuff. And usually among that is, like, what I would, probably be more happy with.
You'd expect, right?
Like, I usually always put anything in my file at Mavericks as an item. And I never get it. But
that's what I got you.
I know. So she brings me this box, open it up, and it's the thing that was maybe pushing it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
She got me the Batman game for the PS3.
The Arkham Asylum.
Arkham Asylum.
That's cool.
And I hugged her and gave her a kiss, and I said, thank you for spending the day with me, because nobody is going to see me from this point on. My life is going to be playing this game.
Right. I'm going to be Batman from now on. Right.
Yes.
Couldn't say that I blame you.
Yeah.
Sounds better than even Bagel Day.
Yeah. So, we hang out the rest of the day, and I see her off to work, and I come home, and I'm in Batman mode. PS3 games, usually, you have to download something before you can play the game. Be it a patch, or like a software update or something.
Okay.
So, I pop in the Batman game, and that doesn't happen with this game. But there is a PS3 system software update that needs to be downloaded. So I download that. And then there are 3-4 different things for the game, like additional levels to the game that can be downloaded. Of course I'm gonna fucking download this. Yeah. One of them is you get to play as the Joker.
That's pretty sweet.
I'm definitely downloading that. Well, this takes a while, of course, so I set it all up to download. And I turn on the TV, just on regular television, while I wait for the PS3 to download for the next 3 hours. I've got the volume on really low, and I grab the latest volume of The Walking Dead to read while everything downloads. And I've just got the TV on sort of as background noise.
A little noise.
Right. So I am reading The Walking Dead, and... fuck you for your irrational hatred of Charlie Adler.
Yeah.
Because seriously, it's the best comic you're not reading.
Really?
Yes. Every fucking volume of that is just an emotional roller coaster. It is Robert Kirkman's masterpiece of emotion and just shock. And not like scary shock, because yeah, there are zombies, but I'm just talking like emotional, hitting you below the belt.
Right. Okay.
Fucking start reading that goddamn book.
Oh.
Okay?
I don't know if I can.
Do it. Just do it.
See,
Get over yourself.
I already tried.
Get over yourself.
I just... it seems so, like, soap opera-ish, and I don't want to get into it.
Alright. So I'm reading that, and then... all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I hear stomp, 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 stomp. You know, slam! Break! Boom! Boom! Shout, 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 baby crying. Pound, 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 slam, slam, slam. My neighbors are home.
Right? Yeah.
And, you know, it hasn't been as bad as it has been in the past lately. Mm-hmm. So I'm beginning to learn how to block it out.
It's like the noise on the TV. So.
Right. Except suddenly there's a new noise. And I look around. The TV's off. The power light on the DVD player's off. The PS3 is off. I look outside. The light on my porch is out.
Ooh.
Now, in my living room, I have 2 lights. I have the ceiling fan, which has a light fixture, and I have a lamp on the table. The lamp is still on. I look up at the ceiling fan, which I never turn the light on that, but the ceiling fan is slowing down to stop.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is going on? Fucking neighbors show up and the goddamn power goes out? You're fucking kidding me. And like only half of the power? Like I have... that lamp is on.
Right.
So...
blew a circuit, or...?
Well, I walk into the dining area. The light there doesn't work. I walk into the kitchen, the fridge is out, the microwave's off. I walk in here, the lights don't work, but the computer is on.
Okay.
Through the hallway, the light works. Through the hallway, the light doesn't work. The bathroom light does work. And my bedroom is completely out. The alarm clock's out, the light's out. So I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And then I can hear outside... all the downstairs stores, the lights are on. The apartment below us, the lights are on. But our lights are out. And then I hear indescribable yelling. And then I hear a knock on my door. It's been leading up to this.
Oh.
Interaction with the neighbor.
That's awesome. They meet. Boy meets neighbor. Boy hates neighbor. No, vice versa. Wow. So how did that go? Did they bring you like muffins or anything? Like
nope.
A pie?
Nope. It's the guy, Pimpy. Though apparently his real name is Joe.
Joe the Pimp.
Joe the Pimp. Joe's at the door. He's like, hey, I'm Joe. I live upstairs. Like, yeah. It's like, yeah, all our power is out. Like, yeah, most of my power is out too. I don't know why this light is on. It's like, well, is there anyone you know to call? It's like, I don't really have anyone's number or anything. So I can tell you what, let me make a few phone calls and I'll come get you when I have some news. He's like, okay. So he walks off.
Wow.
I call my mom because she owns the beauty shop that I live behind. If she knows the landlord's home phone number. Because again, this is Monday and it's like 7 o'clock at night by this point.
Right, so he's not around.
Right. And plus he just had surgery, so he's not been in all week anyway. So she's like, well, I don't know his home number, but if you call the office number, like, it'll lead you to, the emergency line. I'm like, okay. Well, the thing is that I'm talking to my mom. My mom doesn't know when to stop talking. Much like me.
She should do a podcast.
She should. Yeah. She could easily do a podcast.
We should have her on.
If she knew what the hell this was.
Let's have her on.
No. She'll be far more foul than I will be.
Wow.
And I occasionally know that I should shut up and let you talk. She would not.
Okay, well, anybody that wants to see Eric's mom as a guest, try to...
No. Veto. I will use up all of my veto.
You can't veto your mom. It just seems like some sort of weird Oedipal thing. I don't know.
How about this? We just set up a separate podcast for my mom and your mom.
Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, gutter moms. I like it. Yeah, Mother's Day's coming up in May. Maybe they could start it up then. Yeah. Wow, okay.
Anyway. So, besides, I'd rather have margarita on.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Anyway. So my mom is talking. She's like, well, go check my shop. So, I have the key to her shop. So, I go in. Her power is all working. And she's talking. And I'm just trying to get the phone number from her. I go outside the shop, and Joe was waiting for me outside. And he starts talking to me, but my mom is still talking to me. I'm like, I don't know who's talking right now. And my mom has the TV on in the background, so I can hear the TV more than I can hear anyone else. Because my phone is awful. And I pick up all the background noise, but never who's actually talking into the phone.
That seems convenient.
Yeah. So my mom's like, well, there's fuse boxes on the back porch. I'm like, all right, I'll go check those. So I go to the back porch. Joe follows me. And we're looking at the fuse boxes, but it's dark out. And there are no porch lights on. So he's got his lighter hold up to the fuses. I'm trying to read them. The only thing I can read is air conditioner. I'm like, well, that's not it.
All right.
So finally, my mom gives me the phone number. But then she still keeps talking. And then finally, I'm like, Mom, let me call this number before I forget it. She's like, okay, well, just call me back when you find out something. I'm like, okay. So I call the number. And eventually it gets to the end of the message. If you have an emergency, press 0. We'll connect you to someone. So I press 0. And it rings for, feels like 20 minutes. Joe and his daughter are now screaming at each other on the porch, looking for a flashlight.
Awesome. Helping the situation.
Yeah, of course. And he's bitching because the heater's out. He's got his grandson up there. I don't care. Do not care. Because I figure, I can just come down here and rewire all of my electronics over to the outlet where my lamp is still working,
right?
And I'm good.
Yeah. You don't have a grandbaby to heat,
right? And then, yeah, and I can turn my phone on for my alarm clock. It's all good. I'm set. So phone's ringing. Finally, someone answers. Like, hello. I'm like, hello. Who's this? Who's this? This is Eric. Eric who? Eric from Midwest? What? I'm Eric from Midwest. And that's all I can really say until you tell me who this is. He's like, well, where are you from again? It's like, I'm trying to reach the Midwest emergency line. Like, I'm in the building where Midwest is. I live there. This is Eric. Oh, Eric. What's going on?
Is it your landlord?
I think.
Okay.
He still hasn't told me. And never did tell me the entire time I was on the phone with him.
Right.
I can only assume that it was him. So I tell him the situation. He's like, okay, well, go into your mom's shop, and in her desk there's a key to Midwest. I'm like, okay. And he's like, go in the front door, don't let the neighbor follow you in. I'm like, alright. So I go down there, and he's like, okay, go down to the basement and find the fuse box. So I find the fuse box. And he's like trying to walk me through how to change a fuse, which the actual doing of that part is easy. It's trying to find the bad fuse.
Right.
And he's like trying to tell me how to spot the bad fuse, but all of them look fine, or I can't tell if they're bad or not.
Because they're not burnt or whatever.
They don't look burnt.
Right.
He said, like, if they're burnt, you'll see that there's a piece of metal and a spring attached. The spring will be detached from the metal if it's bad. And, like, they all look detached, or they all look attached, or I can't see the spring. And so finally, like, we dick around with this for, like, 20 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. I cannot tell what's going on here. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm trying, but I can't, you know.
Right.
I've replaced 6 fuses now, and nothing has happened. Yeah. So they're like, okay. Well, just stay down there, and we'll try to get there as soon as we can. I'm like, okay. The upside to this is that my landlord has a cat, and the cat was super excited to see me.
Yeah.
Because nobody's been there for 2 hours.
Right.
He's just crawling all over me. I'm just sitting there having fun with the cat.
It's awesome.
And
Kitties always help any tense situation.
yeah. And so then half an hour later, the cat hears something. So I follow him, and my landlord and his son, who also works there, are there. So I let them in, and the landlord, or the neighbor, Joe, follows them in. And Joe's like, oh, here you are. I thought you went to Dots.
The grocery across the
The
street.
grocery store across the street from me.
And why would he think that?
Because I don't have heat in my apartment.
Oh, right, yeah. Just to stay warm.
Yeah.
The freezer aisle. By the deli. Just put your hands in the ham.
So my landlord and his son are now in the basement, and they're looking at all the fuses, and they're having the exact same problem that I was. They can't tell which one's burnt out or not. Turns out that it was a fuse that was blown, but it was something that I never would have been able to find on my own without a special piece of equipment to test the fuses for power.
Awesome.
Yeah, so they change that, they get it all squared away, and my neighbor goes back upstairs, and hopefully the last time I'll ever have to see him or deal with him. No, I know, but still, no, do not want.
No, I was going to say, you were right. This is the year we make contact. 2010.
Yeah, 2000.
Yeah.
So I'm about to leave. I'm talking to my landlord, and my phone rings, and it's my mom. And she's asking me questions, and I'm like halfway in between like the building and outside.
Right.
And then like I say, well, yeah, Bob came down here and he fixed it, and she's like, oh, Bob's there? And it's like she starts talking some more, and she wants me to ask him a question, and I'm just like, I think they want to leave, so I'm going to go. And I just hang up on them.
Wow. So you met the neighbors?
I met the neighbor.
So you didn't he didn't say yeah, sorry about all the ruckus? Or
Nope. But also did not act as if I had ever yelled at them or from down here.
Or played Slayer at high volumes for 12 hours straight.
Right.
See? That's not a terrible experience then. It could have been worse.
Could have been worse. But still, interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I'm glad everything worked out.
All I wanted to do was just play Batman all night long.
You've been, the last 2 times I came over here, you have been playing Batman, so I know
you got to make up for lost time.
Yeah. You're digging it. It looks awesome.
Yeah. It's
good voice work.
Fun. Yeah. Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill, the traditional voices.
Yeah.
Both from Batman the Animated Series and its offspring. Batman Beyond, Justice League.
Right. That's cool. Yeah, it looks awesome. Looks like a sweet-ass game, yo.
Yo, indeed.
Yeah.
It's pretty much my one story.
Yeah. Well,
like I said, it went nowhere.
It's an adventure, though.
It was an adventure.
And you did get to meet the neighbors. More to come, possibly.
Yeah. The only other interesting thing that happened was me and my ex were out at lunch, breakfast, whatever. We ate breakfast, but it was like 2:00 in the afternoon.
Right.
And our waitress forgot about us. Like, when we came in, she sat us down, she took our drink orders and gave us the menus, and like she came back, like she brought the drinks, and then she went away, and then almost a minute later came back, and we still hadn't really decided, plus the fact that we're talking, so like, we just need a few minutes. 30 minutes pass.
Wow.
This woman has passed us like 5 times and never stopped. And then finally, like, me and my ex just sort of simultaneously start giving this woman the evil eye across the restaurant. No matter where she's going, we're following her.
Yeah.
And finally she comes over and she's like, I forgot to take your order.
Where was this at?
Perkins.
Yeah.
She did not get tipped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Half an hour, that's a little...
Yeah.
Maybe if she would have like said, here's a free dessert or something.
Well, it doesn't help that as soon as we got there, she was joking, but she was like, oh, must be nice to be off today.
Trying to make you feel bad about having her serve you.
Yeah. Do not give a shit.
Yeah, I had to work that day.
Yeah. Did you tell anybody, man, it must be nice to not work today and just buy magic cards?
No. Well, I think there was one guy that came in that I know, and I was like, hey, enjoy your day off. And I like,
well, that's different because you generally meant to enjoy your day off.
Yeah. Exactly. I wasn't trying to be
a dick.
Yeah, passive aggressive or something. Well, that's exciting. All right.
So,
yeah, my time to pick something.
It's your time to talk. I'm done.
Oh, well,
I've told my story for the year.
Oh, I bet you'll have more stories. Okay, well, next time we'll do something crazy before we do the podcast. So we'll have something to speak about, or we'll witness something crazy just by being out in public.
Yeah.
These crazy times that we live in.
Maybe you can introduce me to a girl.
I can introduce you to a lady.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
There you go.
That's how desperate I am.
Oh man. Ladies, if you're listening, write in. Send a photo.
If you like fat nerds, I'm your guy.
Yeah. And you live in
and you hear how friendly I am.
Yeah. Hey, well, obviously you're a decent person. Your ex-girlfriend still spends time with you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you're some sort of creepy nutball.
That's true.
So, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Speaking of creepy nutballs.
Depends on what day you ask her. But anyway, speaking of creepy nutballs.
The character in the book I'm going to pick is a little nutty.
Oh, you've just spoiled it. I do not want to read this now. Veto.
Oh, okay.
No. Is it an X-Men comic?
It's drawn by a guy who may have drawn the X-Men in an issue of Daredevil, maybe? I'm not sure.
He did draw Wolverine.
Yeah. The Wolverine issue of Daredevil.
There's a ton of John Byrne, right?
Yeah, John Byrne.
John Byrne drew Wolverine in an issue of Daredevil. Or at least on the cover.
It's not John Byrne. That's not who we're speaking about.
What is John Byrne up to nowadays?
Probably conventions, maybe. Doing some sketches, overpriced sketches.
Probably, yeah.
I'd imagine. Maybe, still living off some residual Superman, Man of Steel, or X-Men money. I don't know.
Phoenix Saga
trades. Yeah, he's got to get a little bit of kickback from that.
Probably.
But I'd say mostly...
maybe some Next... No, that would be crazy. Next Men. I'm the only person that ever read that.
I read some of those.
Still would.
I read some Next Men.
I know that there's some black and white omnibuy of the Next Men. I would like to read those again.
We'll try to get one of those in the store.
Oh, don't go out of your way, because there's still a ton of shit that nobody bought me for Christmas.
Right. Yeah, I'll order one in, though. It was a quality piece of work. We could use one. So it'll rot on the shelf until I buy it, until you put out a new Christmas list next year, end of the year. Well, yeah, I picked a book. Actually, I'd been meaning to pick it for a while, and one of our listeners, John Bobosh, recommended it and solidified the fact that we needed to choose it.
How did he do that? Did he threaten you?
There may have been some photos,
and by blackmail, I mean Ken Foree.
Ken Foree, yeah. Ken Foree showed up wearing nothing but his underpants, soiled in water, and he said, "If you ever want to see this image again, you're going to have to pick this book." And I said, okay. No, it's the debut graphic novel from a cartoonist. An up-and-comer. David Mazzucchelli, I believe his name is.
Mazzucchelli, yeah. You mean Rubber Blankets?
No, this is his first graphic novel. That was just a, anthology or series or something. I believe this is his actual first standalone.
Batman Year One.
He didn't write that.
Born Again.
He didn't write that.
Daredevil.
Asterios Polyp, I believe is the way it's pronounced. Asterios?
I don't know.
It's his newest graphic novel. He's been working on it for years, I believe.
It's amazing because I wanted to pick that 6 months ago.
Yeah?
Yeah. But you never had a copy at Mavericks.
We've had 3, and they always sell lickety-split. So this one I snatched the last time it came in. And ordered another one.
You know what? I think this is actually the first time you have ever picked a comic that I would have liked to have picked.
Oh, really? That's never happened before?
No. Because you just want to pick crappy comics.
Yeah.
And I actually want to read this one.
I revel in the crap.
You just want to read comics about people's feelings and shit. And, how they got hurt by a girlfriend once.
I like that stuff. That's not all I like. But I do like that stuff. I like that autobio sort of voyeuristic. I like that stuff. Yeah. But and this is maybe closer to that category than
probably
than you would like.
Yeah.
But
no, I still want to read it because I do enjoy David Mazzucchelli's work.
Mm-hmm.
And I just from the get-go, from the first time I heard of it, I was like, I want to read that.
Yeah, cool. Well, yeah, we had a copy. One copy lingered in the store for close to 2 weeks.
Really?
And eventually somebody else bought it.
File or something like that?
Nah, it was just sitting out. It was just sitting out.
I never saw it.
But the last time I reordered it, it never came back in. After I bought my copy, I reordered another one, and so I don't know if it's out of print now. But if it isn't, you should check it out and read it along with us, and you can participate mentally in the review. At least you can know what we're talking about, or what we should be talking about, and we're not.
We're just completely missing facts.
Yeah, exactly. Or we're just talking about your neighbors or my.
That is an ongoing theme. In fact, I think my story hit on almost every ongoing theme.
All right.
My love of kitties.
My
love for my ex-girlfriend.
Hatred of neighbors.
Batman.
Batman.
Neighbors. Video games.
These are all your stories.
Yeah.
Maybe
a bad experience at a restaurant.
Yeah. I just started saying maybe when we get served by 10-year-olds at the Mexican restaurant, but no, that sort of comes into the same realm. Awesome.
All right. And then how annoying my mom is.
I still think your mom should be on the show. That'd be great. It'd have to be a movie episode, though. She's not a big comics fan, right?
No, she has read some comics.
Really?
She read Road to Perdition.
Okay.
And really enjoyed that. Marvel put out some of those Spanish language comics.
That's right.
That took place on Puerto Rico.
Like The Thing.
My mom is Puerto Rican. So I lent her those. She seemed to enjoy those.
That's awesome.
Yeah, although at the same time, she was like, why are they making comics in Spanish? And just got really upset that, kids need to learn how to speak English.
Okay.
That's like, well, they put out an English version too.
Yeah, there's people that are bilingual or favor the one over the other. My mom, she reads
Archie.
She reads Archie. I bought her a Hagar the Horrible collection for Christmas from '74.
My mom also did read Cat Getting Out of the Bag.
My
by Charlie
mom
Brown.
My mom read that too. Oh, that's what they could review. How awesome would that be? That'd be great. Oh, that would be awesome. If we can set that up, I'll do anything. Whatever.
Right.
Whatever I have to do to make that happen. That'd be amazing.
Maybe episode 100. Oh, episode 75.
Oh.
It's
an anniversary.
Wait a year.
Yeah. That's cool.
Well, I'll just have to figure out how to rewire all this shit up to someone else's computer because I'm not having either of our moms come here.
We have to smuggle them in like Batman would Vicky Vale or something. Just put
it's not like I've got like porn all over the walls or anything like that. It's just I'm a messy guy, and my mom would do nothing but bitch about how messy this place is if she was in here.
Oh, look at the dust on these Hellboy and MODOK figures. That is a horrible impression of your mom.
And she probably also would not dig the screensaver.
The screensaver, yeah. The Bruce Timm alternating with topless ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, our mom's reviewing Cat Getting Out of the Bag next episode.
On Gutter Moms.
No. Stereo's Polyp. All right. Look forward to it.
Cool.
Let's get out of here.
Let's do it.
All right. Thank you. Goodbye.
Gutter Trash can be downloaded at www.guttertrash.net, iTunes, Podcast Alley, and Feedburner. You can also find us at myspace.com/guttertrash_net, seanborn.net, and buyerbewarecomics.blogspot.com. Contact us at eric@guttertrash.net or jason@guttertrash.net. Thank you for listening to Gutter Trash. We'll see you next time.